No, I saw like an hour of it. It was really good.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's really good. And she sings awesome.
Yeah, I
She just
know.
hasn't changed.
I know. Mario's so fucking hot.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Who the? She calls you. He's so handsome. Like if she met him 4 times. Guess who I just bumped into?
When did I see him? I think I saw him in November, October.
That shit is funny.
When I went to see him for his album release, and boy, oh boy, he looked like a
I remember,
joint.
and you took a picture.
Oh yeah, so Rent was tonight. Woo!
The reaction so far, you saw half of it already.
Seasons of Love. I've always loved that show. I went to see.
Valentina is on it.
Who?
Valentina,
Who's that?
the drag queen that plays
Oh, that's her name in real life?
Valentina.
It's really good.
Is it?
It's really, really good. First of all, I went to see Rent in live when it was on Broadway. I was pregnant. I was 15 years old. I went to see it, and it was awesome, awesome, awesome. I cried in that show. Long show. It was a long show, but it was awesome. And that was 2005. So December 2005. And then I saw the movie when it came out. The movie was awesome, and I saw the movie like I don't know how many times on replay. And now they had it tonight on Broadway, and they had Mario on it, and I was like, yes! Mario, my favorite of all time, and my favorite Broadway show have come together and become one.
Yeah.
It was so good. It was so good. And Tinashe was on it. She did a really good job. I was like really impressed, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh my gosh, she did a really,
Who did
really
she
good
play?
job. She played Mimi.
Light my candle.
Yes. Won't you light my candle? Yes. I loved it. I was like, oh, this is so good. They did a really good job. The guy who played Roger also did really good. Him and Mimi had a lot of chemistry. They had a really intimate kiss. I was like, oh my god, was that a real kiss? Because it looked deep and real. But the whole thing was good, and it finally hit me what Rent is about. What do you think it's about?
I don't know.
It finally hit me as a grown person. Rent is about these friends who are going through gentrification in Alphabet City during the AIDS epidemic.
Oh.
And I was like, whoa, it has a little of everything for such a time period. Transgender, gay, black and white, Spanish, lesbian, straight, homelessness, AIDS.
That is true.
New York in the 90s, 91. So it was awesome. It was really, really good. I really think that they did a great job. I wish that they could put that cast on Broadway for real, because I think that people will go and see it. Maybe for like a special, you know?
Valentina's from RuPaul Drag Race.
She did really good. It was such a cute job. At the end, you know, she dies. Angel.
Why you say it like that?
What you mean?
You know, at the end she dies. Angel.
What you want me to say? Okay. But she did a good job.
Oh, okay.
No, she did good. It was a good show. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna watch it.
That's me slapping you for not watching it.
I forgot it was on.
No, it's so
Tonight's
good.
the Royal Rumble, so I'm gonna watch it too. I'm gonna
Oh,
watch
I heard that John Cena's not gonna be in it.
He
He's
talks so
in a
much shit about The
reality
Rock.
show.
I mean, but he talks so much, you know.
He's gonna be on a Netflix show.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Then he has a series coming out on Netflix with like 2 other people. And he was in that movie with that girl, that funny movie about kids being the father and all that.
Oh,
I wanted to see it.
And he has the Transform. I think he was in the last Transformers or the one that's coming out.
He's really trying to be The Rock, huh? The White Rock. That's funny. No pun intended.
The White Rock.
No pun intended. That was a good one. Pats on my back. Pats on my back.
You're so stupid.
But he really is, huh?
Yeah, I mean, You know what it is? Like, people are gonna criticize him because he talked. You know, he was always he always had like hard feelings again about The Rock being an actor, wrestler turned actor, and he can come and go as he pleases, and all this extraness. But like when people want to compare him to that point, like, oh, you talk so much shit about The Rock, and now you're pretty much doing the same thing. You're not 24/7 every day of the year wrestler. You're doing movies.
Yeah, most of the time.
So.
And shows and all this.
And stuff like that. But you gotta remember, he's been doing this, like, I think, if not already 20 plus years, about to hit 20 years. I'm not sure. We can like Google, pull it up, but he's over a decade. Man is not, he may look good, look great, but he may not feel great. So
yeah,
I understand why he's like, well, let me see what else I'm good at. I'm obviously good at playing characters.
No, I'm not mad at him for doing this.
Yeah,
shit.
for real. Like, I've been playing a character for over a decade. Let me play a different character for a few months.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
No, I ain't mad at him. Get your bag. Get your money.
He can't wrestle
because
every
he can't
day.
wrestle forever.
He can't wrestle every day, and he can't. And not everybody could be a Triple H.
Yeah.
Being suit and tie and running shit around.
Facts.
You know?
Nah, it's true. Get that money because you can't wrestle forever. You can't be 7 years wrestling.
Bella doesn't run a company.
Yeah, exactly.
What's he gonna do? Run the Bella?
Because she was dating.
Supposedly, I heard they were criticized her before for them faking the breakup.
They didn't fake it though.
No, but they supposedly were accused and criticized for faking
Oh, they were. Yeah, I believe they were faking it. I believe they were. But now it's like all this time later, and I'm like, they not faking it. They really over. But she was dating, and then she said she broke up with the person because she couldn't stop thinking about John and shit. So who knows? They might get back together. You know.
I like Nikki.
But I don't understand like what she wants, children, and he's not saying yes. Or she wants to get married, he's not saying yes, and then he's saying yes when they, you know, apart, and then when they get together, it's a no. Like, what's going on? Like, what is it at this point? Is he still saying no about all those things?
I really don't know.
Oh.
Does he? I don't even think he has kids.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. I don't understand why he never ever. That is the most craziest thing. Like, I know people don't ever want to have kids. Some people, but damn.
I really don't understand that part as to why.
Something about attachments and like not being there for the child and all this shit. I don't know.
Grab bulldog.
What? Yeah.
Que sigue intentando.
Yeah, de que bitch, está dando muy duro. Está dando muy duro, ya déjalo. Te lo chupo yo mismo. Y me digo, okay.
That's a good intro.
My titties are pierced. I love it. It's like, oh. That's how it be.
Okay. Both of them are pierced?
Yep.
I have one of them.
You do?
And I lost it in the ocean. A wave came and slapped it right off.
But is it still pierced? It's still a hole?
I can still make it into. I can squeeze like a small earring into it.
Ew, it's gonna hurt. The only way I'm taking these off is if I'm pregnant, alright, homie?
Why?
Cause hello, milk's gonna be coming out the fucking holes. I would leave it off like a month or two.
Oh my god. Yo, yesterday, you may not care, but last night, I watched it actually today, but yesterday, we got the closest thing that we're ever gonna get to China in wrestling.
Oh, what happened?
You know the girl on Total Divas, Nia Jax? She's related to The Rock. She's the thick one, the thick wrestler. She was in the Women's Royal Rumble. Of course, she ended up losing, whatever. How the number 30 for the Men's Royal Rumble came out, she ran up from behind him, attacked him, and took his spot. And went into the ring and was fighting people like Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio. So those are icon names that you remember. She literally picked up Rey Mysterio.
Word?
She got to eliminate one guy. And Rey Mysterio RKO'd her, that special, that finisher he always does. He did it on her. and this bitch was still like almost getting
I
up.
saw that on Twitter today, I think.
Oh, did you see it? Yo,
Yeah.
it
I was
was.
like, who the fuck is that woman that they hitting like that?
Yo, they was like, she was taking hit after hit. Yo, 3 guys in a row hit her.
I did see that. It was trending on
Bam,
Twitter,
bam,
on
bam.
timeline.
And I was like, yo, that's so embarrassing. 3 guys.
I thought that was like not real footage. I didn't know that was Royal Rumble
Yo,
or whatever. I was like,
I s-
wow, who the fuck is this woman taking this beating?
No, I literally saw it and I was like,
She had long hair.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's Nia Jax. I literally was watching it just now and they would never get it. But I was like, welcome back, Attitude Era.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Because that's the
dope.
closest thing we're ever gonna get to China. That's probably the closest thing we're gonna ever get to the Attitude Era.
No,
that
it's
was
true.
no hard bar. He didn't care. He was like, I'm gonna fuck this bitch. I'm gonna throw her over the rope.
That's what's up.
And they
That's
had to like, it took like 2 of them, like 2 or 3 of them to do it. Like,
No, that's cool. Because poor China. They're never gonna recognize her, you know?
I mean,
Her mom has been petitioning, you know, and asking them to recognize her.
I know her
It's
mom
the
has-
right thing to
was-
do.
that's another thing because they was gonna do a documentary of China and it was in the works. It was, I believe from the last time I read, it was nearly done or done.
Who was doing it?
Between her manager and like a director or whatever, like a Joe. I don't know if his credit worked, but it felt like an Anthony Bruno was doing a documentary with her involved and her manager and people like that, you know. So, of course, she died in the middle of the documentary, and a lot of fans put up money in GoFundMe accounts and from different social.
Yeah, I saw something like that too.
You know, and to this day, there's no film. Her mom, the only thing that her mom ever said that she was upset and stood against is that they promised her that they would not show her daughter dying. And no, I'm sorry, not dying. I think that was one stipulation, not like her body. And also not to include her manager, which it turned out that later on her manager was like verbally and I believe physically abusive, allegedly, towards China around her last few, days of life, of living. And then so trailer comes out. Not only do they allude to the fact that they're gonna go into the room while China's dead, 'cause that was like literally the last clip of the trailer. But you see the manager and you hear him talk and stuff like that, and the mom was pissed off. She's like, "You promised me." Like, she's like, "I didn't approve this, whatever." So far, the guy has not submitted anything. There is no release date. He has not answered or called her. She says she has no information about what's going on with the documentary, but pretty much it's in limbo. And everybody that donated money pretty much wasted their money and their time.
That sucks.
Yeah. She was
That
cremated.
Was she?
She was cremated, yeah. I believe they spread some of her ashes. I'm not sure, but she was cremated. I think the.
It sucks. Wrestling won't acknowledge her at all. Like, she wasn't one of the biggest figures. It's like them not acknowledging, like, it's like Hulk Hogan.
But-
Look, no, it's like Hulk Hogan. Look, he did that. They acknowledged him, biggest star, one of the biggest wrestling stars ever. Hulk Hogan, right?
Yeah.
He does that racist shit that comes out. They say we're gonna disown you, blah 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 blah.
And
It's
they
over,
did.
and they did.
They pretty much blacklisted him for years. They didn't mention him.
But then he came back, and now it's all love. For China, I'm good. It's like, fuck you, bitch. We're never gonna recognize you ever at all.
They're still worried. They say, quote unquote, their concern is about that it's a PG show for the family. Yes, it involves around violence, but they try to do it in the most sort of productive way where it's not just, it's not, men are not hitting women anymore. So that was a left field yesterday. No one expected that coming because they literally stopped that for the purposes of kids not thinking, And then you have little boys wrestling little girls and like fighting them, 'Cause
Yeah,
Triple H slapped
girls used
his.
to love wrestling. I used to love wrestling.
Yeah, and that was the best parts when like,
Your female cousin would play wrestling, or your male cousin would play wrestling. Wrestling was fun.
oh, when Stephanie McMahon got pedigreed and dissed
Yeah.
and
It was a dope time.
so it was pretty cool yesterday.
No. That's what's up. That's what's up with me. That's so bad.